What's going on, guys? Welcome to our third installment of Camo vs. Camo. In this episode, we will be testing the highly requested German Flectarn against Russian Digital Flora. Here is our testing procedure. We will first test each camo's capability in varying degrees of jungle density, ranging from open field to heavy concealment in both the standing and prone positions to get an idea of the strengths and weaknesses of each pattern. We will then be conducting a manhunt where an individual wearing a camouflage pattern will have 2 minutes to locate a hiding spot. They will then have to remain hidden in their spot for 5 minutes. This procedure will be repeated a total of 4 times in order to test both patterns with both hiders. To ensure that the hiders are trying their best, if a seeker finds the hider within the 5-minute time frame, they will be shot on site with an airsoft gun. Little side note, these tests are designed to show you, the viewers, what the capabilities are of each pattern. It is not our intention to prove or disprove a camouflage pattern's effectiveness, but rather to showcase the capabilities of each pattern so that you can draw and make your own conclusions as to which one is better suited for you and your needs. Also, be sure to let us know what patterns you would like to see go head-to-head in the comment section down below for future tests. But with that being said, let's begin. Flecktarn has been in service with various German military branches since 1990 and is still widely used to this day. The camouflage is composed of large blotches with varying colors such as green, brown, and black, specifically designed to function well in temperate climates. Digital Flora was introduced to the Russian military back in 2008 with the intention of replacing their VSR and Flora camouflage patterns. This pixelated design incorporates tiny pixels of black, reddish brown, and foliage green on a pale green background. Both are proven military camouflages, but which one will perform best in the swampy environments of Florida? Let's find out.
Alright, stage 1, worst case scenario, open field. Starting off on the left with Nick's Digital Flora, it's actually looking pretty good compared to the background right there. The lighter coloration of the Digital Flora is actually blending very well with the palm fronds and the lighter coloration of the shrubs behind him. On the right we have Joe's German Flectarn, and that's not blending in as well in my opinion with the background right there. However, I predict in future stages when we get on the ground next to the mulch and darker colored leaves, that German Flectarn is going to perform very well. Alright guys, why don't you go ahead and lay down. Alright, so from a distance, the Digital Flora looks definitely a lot better than the German Flectarn. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. So looking up close and personal, you can definitely see that the Digital Flora is blending in really well with the lighter colored grass. Joe's German Flectarn is doing alright, but again, because it's a darker colored pattern, it isn't blending as well with the grass. Let's go ahead and move on to the next stage. Stage 2, we're going to be doing light concealment. Now, as you can see, the background is a little bit more densely wooded, and in front of them as well, we have a little bit more shrubbery. So, initially, again, Nick's Digital Flora is, again, doing a little bit better because of the lighter coloration there. Again, it is blending in pretty well with that background over there. Now, because of the area we're in, Joe's German Flectarn is actually doing a little bit better because it is a little more shaded and a little bit darker. So, let's go ahead and see what happens when you guys go ahead and lay down here. Alright, very interesting. So, looking at you guys from a distance, both of you guys are blending in extremely well right now. Nick's Digital Flora is actually still doing very well, surprisingly. You almost look like some ground cover, if I'm being dead honest. Joe's German Flectarn, in my personal opinion, isn't blending in as well with the ground cover as I had predicted earlier, but let's go ahead and zoom in here so you guys can see a little bit better. Alright, zoomed in, like I said earlier, Nick almost looks like some of the ground cover. He looks very similarly shaded to the ground cover that's all around him, in terms of the ferns and stuff like that. Joe's German Flectarn, I've noticed the pattern doesn't really look too similar to anything else I'm seeing around him, but, like I said before, he is blending in pretty well with the mulch, so maybe he'll start to blend in a little better once we start to move into thicker brush. Let's find out. Alright, stage 3, we are doing medium cover. This is a little heavier than the lighter brush, and it's in a little bit darker area. Now, the German Flectarn, again, in more shaded areas and in darker areas, the German Flectarn is doing a lot better than the Russian Digital Flora, in my opinion. However, that being said, Nick's Digital Flora is still doing really well with the lighter colored green, and it's still blending in very well with all the other lighter greens that he's amongst. So let's go ahead and have you guys lay down. Yeah. Okay, Joe is gone. I lost Joe. I still can see a little bit of Nick, not a lot, but Joe's German Flectarn is doing really well with that. Let me move here to the left a little bit so you can see him. So, yeah. Now, earlier in the stage, we noticed that when Nick with the Digital Flora, I should say rather, when he is amongst lighter color ferns and shrubs, he does really well. However, when it's just dark mulch and leaves on the ground, the German Flectarn really does shine. Let's go ahead and zoom in here so you guys can see for yourselves. Now, if you look at that, you can clearly see that German Flectarn amongst those leaves and mulch is doing very, very well. Nick's Digital Flora, like I said earlier, because there's not a lot of ferns around him, he is blending in well with the palm fronds, but if you kind of look towards the mulch, let me show you kind of from the right side here. If you look at him when he's against the mulch, he's not blending in as well, not nearly as well as the German Flectarn for that matter. And so, to this stage, I would say that the Digital Flora does perform better when it's amongst lighter greens and everything like that, but when it's just directly against the mulch, the Flectarn does very well. Okay, final stage, stage 4, heavy cover. Now initially, looking at Joe and Nick with the Digital Flora and Joe with the German Flectarn, I'd have to say that the German Flectarn is doing a little bit better because it's really shaded and really dark in there. Nick's Digital Flora is doing very well, again because of the lighter color green. We keep saying that it's doing very, very well. But because it's really dark in there, I'd have to say that looking from a distance, that I wouldn't be able to see Joe's Flectarn. Why don't you guys go ahead and lay down and see what happens. I love making him lay down and all the crap. Now looking at that, now things have changed up. Now this is interesting. Now earlier I said that with Nick's Digital Flora, if there's green ground cover around him, he blends in really well. And because there's a whole bunch of green leaves in the ground, Nick's Digital Flora is doing extremely well. He is basically gone here. Now, it's also dark and there is a little mulch around there, so Joe's German Flectarn is also doing extremely well. If I had to give a winner to him, let's zoom in a little bit so you can see a little better. I'd have to say that Nick's Digital Flora is doing a little bit better. Let me kind of come at it from a different angle here, maybe make it a little thicker here. So you can kind of see it. The Digital Flora is just blending in beautifully with all those green leaves in the ground. Now, if those green leaves weren't on the ground, I think the Flectarn would be doing better, but because they're there, I really do think that Flora is doing extremely well. Okay, looking at Joe from a little more concealed position. Again, if you look at Nick right there, he's more open, but because of those leaves in the ground, he's doing extremely well. Looking at Joe, he's blending in well with the mulch, and the sticks in front of him are kind of concealing him a little bit, but I think what we're seeing here with the Flectarn is it does really well with dark, shaded areas and against mulchy ground cover. With Nick's Digital Flora, it works extremely well, both standing up and laying down, with the exception of if there are leaves in the ground. Manhunt time. We're gonna play ye old-fashioned game of rock, paper, scissors to see who is hiding and who is seeking first. So, we gonna do best 2 out of 3?
Yes.
Let it begin. 1 round to Nick. Oh, 2 rounds to Nick. It looks like you will be hiding first. Nick will be seeking. And when Nick finds you, we will be shooting you with an AK-47 style rifle. How this will work is you will have 2 minutes to go find a hiding spot, and you will have to remain hidden for a total of 5 minutes. If Nick cannot find you within that 5-minute time period, sucks to suck, Joe, you win. If he does find you, well, you may just be getting shot. And by may I mean will be getting shot. Let's get started. 2 minutes on the clock. Begin.
I have 2 minutes to hide from Nick and Matt. And if he finds me, he gets to shoot me. And that's no good. I don't want to be shot. Some real deep ferns and palmettos. Hopefully it's green enough to conceal my body. It looks real dark here, not too much green, but enough green to hide the top of my body. The rest of this afternoon remains still.
5 minutes on the clock. Here we go. Go, go, go! have 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Here we have an elusive Nick climbing a tree in search of his prey, the wild Joe.
I should climb up here. I can't see him, he's not in here.
Uh-oh.
I know he's in here somewhere.
Okay, you got me.
You got him. Wait, Joe, stay where you are. Let's come see where you're at.
That was the most mosquitoes I've ever seen in my life.
He lasted a total of 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Can't win them all. You win some, you lose some.
Can't get them all. So what was
your battles?
What was your strategy, Joe?
My strategy was find something dark and get under some green.
Okay. Nick went on the platform up there, which you are perfectly able to use yourself if you wish. Now, Nick, how did you end up seeing Joe? Did you see him looking down from the top of him, or do you think you would have seen him if you were on the ground at all?
I would have had to be closer to him to see him from the ground.
Okay.
I didn't see his torso. I saw his leg.
Oh, okay.
I didn't hide my leg. I kind of left my leg sticking out.
Now, Nick, how was his hiding spot? Was he concealed very well, or did it become very obvious?
I wouldn't have found him
You
until I was up close to him.
Really?
So,
All right, well, Joe, you did very well. You lasted a grand total of 4 minutes and 30 seconds. You almost made the full allotted amount of time. The only way Nick was able to see you is if he got up on that platform up there and saw you from the top. So Joe lasted a very respectable 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Nick did a good job of hiding him using that overhead stand to locate him. Joe, you are perfectly allowed to use that yourself if you wish to do so.
Sounds good.
But now it is time for Nick to take his hiding position. So why don't you go ahead and hand over your rifle there. Switch out the camera. All right, happy hunting, boys. All right, let me get 2 minutes on the clock here. All right, Nick, are you ready?
yes.
2 minutes on the clock. Time starts now. Go.
I found him.
No.
You should have just shot him. I wouldn't have been mad.
Oh, yeah.
I would have been okay with that.
Okay.
Alright, so apparently I need to look for light patches and not hide in the exact same spot Joe did.
Do you think he's going to try to remain amongst a lot of light greenery, or do you think he's going to try to really dig himself in
I
deep?
think he's gonna dig himself in deep. That's the better.
Okay. Okay, 2 minutes is up, 5 minutes on the clock. Here we go. Go, go, go!
I'm cutting through deep.
All right, I'll follow you around. He's doing pretty good. All right, he's going up in the tree stand.
I'm coming out.
Okay. One minute remaining, 1 minute remaining. Time's up. Time is up. Nick, you win. All right, let's see where you are, Nick. Stay where you're at. Wow, that was a good spot. Look at all that green around you. That's great. Let me get some better lighting here. There's green all in there. Now, I see some water. Were you actually laying down or kneeling or what?
I was kind of crouched, or like back here actually a little further.
So you weren't even really dug in that deep.
No, I was just hoping that the light brush would keep me,
Right.
so.
Now that was interesting because Joe predicted, and he was just rustling all through the center there. He was predicting that you would try to do a strategy like him and just dig yourself in deep, but actually you were relying more on just hopes that your camouflage pattern would blend in well with your leaves right there.
And it was, you know, it could have been a lot of angles. If he'd come around from the back, I think he would have had a better chance at seeing
Possibly,
me.
yeah. But we came around through here and we still couldn't see you through all this too. So that,
right in here.
yeah, so very good job, Nick. Let's go ahead and switch out the camo patterns and see how you guys can do reversed rolls. All right, guys, we have switched camouflage patterns. Joe is now wearing the Russian Digital Flora. Nick is now wearing the German Flectarn camouflage. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Joe, you were seeking last, so you will now be hiding. Joe, are you ready?
Born ready.
Time starts now, go.
I know the best spot now. Go lead and find it.
I was surprised at how well that Digital Flora did. It actually did very well.
I was surprised how big this uniform is.
Yeah, it's looking a little large on you there. I think
Probably jump off a cliff and fly.
yeah, it's a parachute at this point.
Yeah.
I think I ordered one size too large.
Yeah. So, I'm surrounding myself by lots of greenery.
Hopefully, like Nick's strategy, the green will conceal. Try to be as hidden as possible. There's nothing but greenery around.
5 minutes on the clock. Go. Go, go, go!
This is really green stuff. There's lots of green here. Safe to say if he was in here, he would have gotten the drop on me already.
Yeah, I think so. Three minutes remaining.
Got me.
Oh, wow. Time on that?
It's itchy. Oh, man.
Time on that was, you lasted 2 minutes, Joe. Good job.
Oh,
You all right?
I think I'm covered in ants in the back of my
Well, Nick found you within 2 minutes. It was 2 minutes and 55 seconds remaining on the clock. How did you see him? Did you come around the side, or because you walked right past him there for a second? What happened there?
I don't know. I must not have seen him the first time. Maybe it was just different lighting when I came past.
Yeah, that's
And I
interesting.
spot him, so I just like, oh, there he is.
You literally walked right past him though. That was actually, because I was looking in there along with you and I didn't even see him.
It's safe to say that he would have gotten the drop on me.
Right.
The camo is very effective.
That light colored pattern in there worked fantastic. Nick did find you pretty quickly, but your spot was actually very well hidden. I mean, we were like probably within 5 feet of you and didn't even see you. Final round. Joe will be seeking. We're having him take off the jacket. We think he fell into some poison ivy there. That's commitment to you.
Okay.
All right, and now Nick will be hiding with the German Flectarn. Alrighty then, are you guys ready?
Forward.
Let it begin. Let me get 2 minutes on the clock here. Nick, are you ready?
Sure, why not?
2 minutes on the clock, go. Last round, Nick utilized his camouflage pattern to its extent. He wasn't even dug in deep like you predicted. He was actually right on the surface of the jungle, per se.
Maybe this time he'll dig in.
So you think this time he's gonna dig in?
Possibly.
Okay, I guess we'll find out, won't we?
I'm gonna try to limit my angles that he could come at me by. So far, angles has given us away every time.
Five minutes on the clock. Begin. Go, go, go! Three minutes remaining.
Oh, Carl!
Now, Nick, I'm looking at your spot right there, and I think what did you in right there is that there's some light shining on your pants right there towards your left. You have towards your left thigh.
I walked right by, looked down this path, said, hey, I think that was my old spot. And I kept walking.
Yeah, he actually walked right past you, so there is something to be said for it. However, I don't think the Flecktarn blended in too well with the green ground cover right there. I think if you found something a little more mulchy.
Out here.
The testing has been concluded. Final thoughts. Let's start with Nick. What did you think of the Digital Flora camouflage?
Good stuff in green.
Okay.
The green it's just perfect for out here. I really liked it, and we saw that. The only reason I spotted Joe when he was wearing it was because, again, the sun came right on it. I think I just caught him from a bad angle, but I walked right past him, like 3 feet away from me.
All right.
And then he didn't find me when I had it on. So if it's in green, well, you're gonna get the drop on someone.
You look for all the right color and all the right light exposure.
Gotcha. So that's what really gave away Nick on his final run there, was he had a whole bunch of light shining on his pants. Is that how you saw him with the Flecktarn?
That's exactly right.
I definitely think, from my personal opinion, that the Digital Flora blended in a little bit better than the German Flectarn. However, I believe it was when Joe donned the German Flectarn into the deep jungle over there, you didn't see him at all, Nick, when you were looking for him. The only way you could see him was from a high vantage point. Both camouflage patterns will do you very well in this sort of environment. However, we do believe that the Digital Flora does perform a little bit better in this type of jungle kind of environment. Thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you guys next time. Good job, boys.
Thank you.